So I'm very pleased to be joined by Will, who is the director of PointView 3D and the owner of a company that is relatively new to Thornbury, and so are you, I understand, Will. So welcome.
Oh, thank you very much, Nigel. And thanks again for having me on today. Yes, I'm relatively new to Thornbury. I've been here for about 2 years.
So you've been in Thornbury for 2 years, and how have you been enjoying it? Is it a good place to live?
Yeah, so I moved originally from Bedfordshire. I'm from East Anglia, and moved with my wife and my two boys. My wife's from Bristol. Yeah, it's been fantastic. I did not realise how good and how nice the West Country was until we've actually moved here. We as a family have absolutely enjoyed living here in Thornbury, especially obviously with the last year being difficult for a lot of people. We've really benefited from being in the town that's in a great community, but also with some lovely places to walk. As I mentioned, I've got two kids, so getting them outdoors has been a priority.
And to get them exploring the local area, which is fantastic.
Absolutely, yeah,
So, Will, you, as I mentioned at the start, are the owner of PointView 3D.
that's right.
What
That's
exactly is PointView 3D?
Yeah, so PointView 3D, we provide virtual tours for any type of venue that you can think of. So most people are familiar with virtual tours in homes. When you're looking on Rightmove, you'll see a virtual tour and you'll be launched on your phone or on your web browser. You'll be essentially walking through a home. It's kind of like Google Street for a home. So we're providing this tour by taking a number of photos, 360 photos through your house or your venue, and then it's software stitches it together and provides this beautiful dollhouse effect, which you can look around at any position, and it really gives that kind of immersive feeling at a you know at a home, or if you're looking at or a venue or a hotel potentially.
Lots of opportunity there, really, to explore buildings that we might not have been to, that we might not want to go to due to, as you said, the difficulties that people have had over the last year and distancing, etc. So it really opens up the world again for people who have had to isolate, I suppose.
Well, exactly right, and that's actually kind of how I got into it. Was my other trade is that I am an engineer, and I've got a number of engineers that work for me that they all going to construction sites. I found it very difficult to send them out that past year. I mean, when we were able to send engineers out, the photos that they were getting back, when we were all huddled around a computer screen, all in our homes, looking on a Teams or a Zoom call, was it was very difficult to be able to relay that information to a number of people, and it frustrated me that we're just trying to. I want that photo just around the corner. What does it look like just to the right of that image, of that 2D image? And they didn't take a photo of that. Whereas the virtual tour, you'll be able to take essentially a 360 image. So you'll be able to pan around and be able to look around, actually see. You can move the camera, so to speak, as long as you've taken that next photo, so you can see around that corner. And that kind of got me thinking about this is what we need for nearly for everything, because you can apply it, like I've mentioned, for homes, but also for restaurants, for hotels. That's kind of where it kind of spun from me investigating this and seeing if this is something that more people would want. And so far, I've had some good feedback from clients. But we also look at into the construction industry. If you're a QS or if you're a developer, these are great ways of being able to scan properties or scan as the building is being built. So you've got an actual visual representation of it before you actually sell it. Or as the works are progressing, the QS can measure how much the contractor has actually built. So
Brilliant, and obviously it's local to Thornbury, which is always great to have a new burgeoning business that's based right in the heart of our community.
that's right. That's right. I've been successful enough to scan a few venues within Thornbury, and I've also got a few more planned. My most recent was Jolie Flora's, the flower shop in Thornbury, which was fantastic to work with Joanna, the owner of that, and to really to kind of show off her flowers to her customers. It was right before Mother's Day, so it was perfect timing to kind of show what she offers. And 2D photos, they can provide a sense of what they offer, but when you've got that 3D feel, you can actually see what else is the shop. And I think we're all kind of very keen to get back to the shop
Yeah.
after once we're able to later in April.
Absolutely. And it also gives those that are just outside of our area that opportunity to have a look and think, actually, do I want to go there? Am I interested in looking at that venue or that area? And perhaps they're coming from further afield and don't want to make the physical trip.
Yeah, that's correct as well. There was a property that I recently sold that was just outside of Thornbury, and the person who actually bought the property was outside up north. They saw obviously the photos on Rightmove. They saw the property on Rightmove, but the virtual tool really gave them the opportunity to see the house as if they were walking, and obviously we were walking around it. And obviously with today, just from a travel point of view, but obviously with COVID, being able to see something and be more enriched in what you were actually looking at and wanting to buy, especially when it comes to a house, making that effort to come down from the north down to Thornbury, you've got to be really willing to move, really willing to actually purchase this home.
Brilliant. It sounds a really successful business. We'll take a break for some music, and then we'll be back talking to Will from PointView 3D about all of the opportunities that exist with 3D photos and how they might work for you, your home, your business. So more straight after this. So I'm very pleased to be joined on Thornbury Radio by Will, who is the owner of PointView 3D. So thanks for taking the time to join us, Will.
Thanks again. Yep.
And we've been talking about all of the opportunities that exist to use 3D images and photographs for those who want to view houses and want to view businesses in our area. And I'm sure there are lots of other sectors that could benefit from your technology, Will.
Absolutely, there are. Yeah. So the imagery that we're taking is it's building essentially a 3D model of a venue or a home or a restaurant, so to speak. But it's just a 360 photo that how you can pan around as well, which just really brings the immersive feel. And the technology that we're using, the cameras that we're using, there's other data that we can also extract from it. So it's not just a pretty image. We can also measure. So when you're looking at homes, if you want to measure, can my bed fit in that corner there, or is my car going to fit in the garage? The camera we have will allow you to actually take measurements, and there's actually more data you can take from that as well. We can actually take the metadata from it, and an architect could take that information and produce a computer-aided designed drawing. Or a CAD drawing, which they might, if you're looking to do a refurbishment on your home, or even if you're looking to build a new home off an existing barn, this camera will be able to extract that information and then use it. So it helps speed that process. But it's definitely a bit of technology here that I think could be benefit, and it's not well known yet.
No, it sounds like you're right at the cutting edge of this technology, and we're very, as I said, very lucky to have it within our area. So you have a website, and I
I
was
do.
having a look
Yeah.
at it, pointview3d.com. There's
Correct.
lots
Yeah.
of information about the virtual tours that you do, the photographs that you take, how you could use them in different media, whether it be on websites or whether it be on social media, etc. And I understand that you've got plans for the future as well. Head along to pointview3d.com, contact him through his website, mention that you've heard him interviewed on Thornbury Radio, and I'm sure that he would be extremely interested in
Yeah.
working along with you to get your project virtually created in 3D.